help them get one of the starter kits. If they want to build a business, get one of the premiums. If they, or maybe the starter kit plus, if they want to dip their toe in the water. But if they want to be a customer, maybe the X-Line starter kit, or I just sell them products if they want to get one of the smaller packages, but totally up to you. I just want to make sure that everybody knows these starter sets are available for upgrade. We got obviously Canadians, everybody in Canada, everybody in Canada, sorry about that, but everybody in Canada is going wild over these starter sets this month, and the excitement is at an all-time high. So make sure you take advantage of that. Obviously, we all know about this, just got launched today at noon. This has got everybody buzzing, right? The Shades of Summer, 3 brand new. These are the ICD Makeup Velvet Matte Lip Tints. We got 3 brand new ones. Okay, I just got a bunch of them. My wife was ordering them like wild. She's like, look at all these free Remon dollars we got. Why do I get all those Remon dollars? I'm like, because last month I bought all this product. She's like, man, I love it. So you just realize that if you're buying the stuff, that you use your Remon dollars, or you use obviously your product credit that you get from your reward points every time you buy. But when those things stack up, you want to make sure you use them as well. But this is the blushing apricot, okay, the dusty petal, right, a dusty petal, and then a velvet cabernet, right. So if I didn't say those properly, obviously you guys all know these are brand new, right? And number 22, number 17, number 11, these are all happening right here. So these are available right now. They just launched today. Everybody's going bananas over these. And what's awesome is today, everybody that's taking advantage of this special situation, all of our customers are going bananas over this right now. But you get a couple. There's a couple options of free gifts here. I like how they gave us different options this time, right? 81, obviously US. We know 114 Canada. But this one comes with obviously the free makeup glow. This is the glow up lip oil. This is a big one. The glow up lip oil. You guys all know what this looks like. Okay, I got my glow up lip oil right here, and just bam, you get one of these bad boys for free. Just pop, 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 and obviously you're going to be glowing, right? You're going to be glowing from head to toe because we're using all the products. So this is a freebie that you get. Obviously, everybody's excited about that. The other freebie is you can pick one of the semi-matte or velvet mattes. So you can get either one, right? If you want to get, one of the velvet mattes, this is my velvet matte. I think this is velvet. Which one is this? This is velvet. This is one of them right here. So this is one of them right here. My eyes obviously at a certain age go away. But get your free products there with those. That's super exciting. All the customers going bananas over that. And then obviously it's always a good idea to load up, right? When you make an order, go ahead and make a little bit more. Get the 3 cushions. Buy 3 cushions. Get the set and stay makeup spray. This one's big right here. Obviously, choose your base shade, a highlight shade, a contour shade, or just stock up on your base shade. Whatever you want to do. Don't miss out on this. It's happening now. First come, first serve. Obviously, as we know, this is going to be. It's running till July 31st. But don't be surprised if we run out sooner, because right now the volume has gone through the absolute roof today with everybody going bananas over this. Customer acquisition is at an all-time high. So make sure you know about that. Let's keep going. We got the Unlock Your Unilevel promotion ending is ending here July 31st. Anybody that obviously in the month of July that anybody that's a planner manager, senior manager can earn up to $1,000 by taking advantage of this. If you help 3 people unlock tier 2, you're going to earn a $100 bonus. Okay, if you help 3 people unlock, if you help 3 people unlock tier 1, you're going to make a $100 bonus. If you help 3 people unlock tier 2, you're going to make a $300 bonus. And if you help people unlock tier 3, you're going to earn a $1,000 bonus. So the excitement right now, everybody's running for this. This is really, really, really exciting. And we want to make sure we don't let this moment in time slip through our fingertips. Everybody's pushing hard to close out the month with these. Everybody's buzzing about the Philippines. Everybody knows somebody from the Philippines. Philippines, one of the best markets for our industry, direct sales. The culture there is very good people that love and care about people. When I talk to people, you when you meet the people in Singapore, right, and you meet the people in Philippines, they both kind of have that compassionate heart, right, that it takes to be successful in network marketing. And I think those countries, and obviously there's great people everywhere in the world, don't get me wrong, right? But we all know anybody that that's Filipino, they have that servant heart, that good attitude. They want to help people. That's why they thrive in network marketing. That's why the buzz is going on. Everybody's looking for people that know people in the Philippines. And it's going to be really exciting. That's going to be happening right around the corner. Obviously, August 1st, Manila. Then obviously August 2nd, Cebu. Obviously, Davao, August 3rd. If I didn't say those right, relax. Okay, I don't know. But I do know ph.remon.com. That's where you're going to get all the latest and greatest, right? ph.remon.com. Stay up to date with what's happening. This is going to be fun, right? Obviously, everybody knows right now we've got the first Remon Asia convention going on in Macau. Everybody from Asia is going to be coming to Macau on the 30th, 31st, 1st and 2nd. It's going to be unbelievable event in Macau. Everybody's running for ranks right now in that marketplace because they know you want to be walking on stage as director, senior director, national director in Macau, 30th, 31st, 1st, and 2nd. First ever Asia convention. Everybody in Asia is going to be there. It's going to be amazing. Obviously, we got the Remon retreat. Everybody's running for director by the end of August 31st, right? Everybody knows got to be a director by the end of August 31st to be able to get on this trip, this retreat. We're going to Jeju Island, right? We're going to be able to check out the Smart Farm. We're going to be checking out the resort. And I know some of you, this one it's going to be, it'll be probably the next one for you, but we do have people right now that are running hard for this one. So if you're running for this one, wrap it up. That thing's going to be amazing. Become a director, obviously, by August 31st. And let's go and make it happen. We all know tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 is available. Get all that information in the drive. Obviously, like you guys all know, the new promotions have to happen before September 1st. So you got to become a director by August 31st. You'll be promoted September 1st. Bam, you're qualified to go. So let's make sure we take advantage of that. Obviously, Las Vegas is right around the corner. Everybody's focused on this. Everybody's promoting for this. The excitement level around Vegas, I've never seen a convention that the buzz is so high about, right? Everybody's like, oh, got to get everybody to this convention. People are getting their hotels booked right now, getting their airplanes booked right now. They're getting their tickets for the convention. This one's going to be amazing. I can't wait for this one. Roadmap 2025. And we all know, right? You build your business event to event. That's how you make the big bucks. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. Get your 10-ticket bundle. Get your single ticket bundle. I guess a single ticket wouldn't be a bundle, but get your single ticket, general admission. Get your tickets no matter what. Don't miss out on this event. It is going to be a game changer. And it's going to literally put you 6 months ahead of everybody that's not at that event, right? I'm telling you right now, you got to be non-negotiable about a handful of items if you want to be able to have massive success. And one thing everybody's always non-negotiable about is the convention. So get your convention tickets now. Be with us at that event. Push the wrong button. Now, we all know the first time ever, this is going to be the first time ever, we're going to have a leadership day, right? Team leaders and above on that Friday night. Got to be a team leader by August 31st. Do you guys see how what's happening? Everybody's running for rank right now like never before. Everybody's pushing to become a team leader. Everybody knows that you can get it done within a month if you have that focus and that belief and you take the right action steps. So we've got everybody running for team leader right now. It's going to be amazing how many people rank advance to team leader. Everybody's running for team leader by August 31st so they can be a part of this leadership day for team leaders and above. It's going to be a mastery workshop, man. You're going to be able to learn everything you need, whether it be sales strategy, presentation training, business building, K-Beauty heritage mastery. We're going to be talking about leadership mastery, business expansion mastery. We're going to be mastering it all. Duplication, how to build $1 million K-Beauty business mastery. It's going to be happening. Obviously, got to be a team leader by August 31st. So the excitement's at an all-time high for that. What's going on there? 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock on that Friday. Got to be with us there for that. Okay, got to get qualified. 2 to 6, we got that leadership session where it's going to be a mastery workshop. Then 7 to 10, we're going to be partying, right? We're going to be celebrating. We got the leadership. We got the team leader and above gala dinner, man. That thing is off the Richter scale, okay? Everybody knows about that. Everybody's got such amazing memories of the last one. And that's really the highlight for a lot of people. A lot of people talk about how that team leader and above gala dinner, that's really the centerpiece. That's what they get the most excited about, to be able to be there with all the leaders for that. We all know that's going to be at the hotel, Aria Hotel, Casino, Amazon Ballroom, right? Amazon, look at that. Amazon's going to be, they're even making ballrooms now. Whew, they're on fire. And I can tell you guys right now, RSVP here, get your tickets. Obviously, your hotel, you get your rooms there as well for that. Get with us at the roadmap. Here's how you book your rooms. Everybody knows how it is. Everybody's already got their rooms booked. But if you don't, make sure you do. Obviously, you don't want to miss out on that. Now let's talk a little bit about promoting and announcing, okay? And I'm going to get into this training tonight. So I'm sorry for dancing around in these. Like, I'm just so excited about all these announcements. If you want to be successful, I can tell you right now, you've got to learn how to become a promoter, right? Jim Rohn says the art of promotion, and he says it pays big money. And boy, oh boy, is that the reality, right? Promoting events, and that's really building that excitement for something, right? And the key is you want to always be promoting. You want to get excited, and it's really about transference of emotion. That's what I always tell people. That people are like, man, what makes you such a good promoter? Well, it's because I believe, right? And I'm excited. And when you're excited and you believe and you transfer that emotion, you're going to have people take action. So promoters, they send out those text messages, right? Personalized voice messages, personalized text message. They'll make the phone calls to get people to attend events, right? Announcers will just send out mass text blasts or just, post and hope that some people jump on, they'll make a post and pray, right? But promoters, man, they really build the excitement around it, create massive amount of excitement around events. They get planners on the edge of their chair taking notes, right? Excited about it. Promoters are the type of people like, man, you cannot be walking your dog and being on one of these calls, right? You can't be doing the dishes, right? I told a group the other night, and I said, look, you can't be in the shower, right? Or you can't be in the bath on one of these calls. And if you are, turn off your camera, right? Because I don't need any of those text messages. Every once or twice a month, somebody will have their camera on in a bathtub, and I'm like, what is going on? I don't want any of those calls from any of our leaders. And I know it's not on purpose, but don't be in the bathtub, okay? Don't be there taking notes. But if you are in your bathtub, got to turn your camera off, please, for all that's good and holy in this universe, okay? Next thing is that announcers, they'll tell their planners, you can just watch the recording, and they wait for momentum, right? They're kind of like batteries, right? They need to get charged up. But the promoters, man, they're the ones that create the momentum. They're the chargers, man. They're the ones that are they're the fire starters, if you will, right? They're the ones that are making it happen. And it's really about your excitement level about things, and then transferring that excitement to other people. Some of the people that I work with at the Irvine office, I just watch how good they are promoting. And one of the leaders, Julia Pan, who now she moved to Vegas to build out there. She's got a big group here too as well. But when you talk to Julia, she's just excited. Like, she's just excited about everything. And she just has this way, and it's not my type of excitement, right? I'm the type of guy that, you might find me chewing the bark off of a tree outside my house. I'm so fired up. But she's got that intensity and that excitement, and she conveys it to people. And that's what we got to do. We just got to promote, man. We got to get excited. So why do we have so many Zoom calls, Tim? Like, we got Zoom calls all the time. What's going on? Well, there's a lot of brand new people getting started, right? And at the beginning, people need to learn how to tell the story, right? What a better way to learn how to tell the story than to listen to different people tell the story, right? So what I tell people that has helped me become successful is understanding that sponsoring people is kind of like baseball, okay? It's like baseball, right? And you first you pique somebody's interest, right? You whet their appetite a little bit, right? It's kind of like when you drive by an In-N-Out Burgers, and you smell that stuff, you're like, dang, that smells good, right? Or good. I know some of you are vegan, you're like, stop, let's talk about some steamed vegetables. But I can just tell you that, you look at some of these places that have like the smoked meat, right? They're meat smoke. And I once again, I know all the vegetarians are going to cancel me, but all I can tell you is that, you got to whet people's appetite. I'm working on something big. I might be able to let you in on it. Let me see what I can do. But this thing's as big as I think it is. I think we can make some serious money. And let me find out what I can do. And I just kind of pique people's interest a little bit, right? If I can show you a way to be able to make more than what you're making now, do you ever keep your options open? Last time we talked, I remember you telling me about how you wanted to take more vacations. If I could show you a way to take more vacations, would you be open? And I just, you want to be able to spend more time with your wife. You want to be able to retire your husband, whatever it is, you pique their interest a little bit. And then you pass them to something, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be an opportunity call. It could be a three-way phone call. It could be a Zoom. It could be a pop-up, right? It doesn't matter, but you want to get them to the next base, right? And then after they see that, right, you want to get them to the next base, whether they get started or not. I think that's the thing about it is sometimes people are like, oh, they already got started. I don't need to get them to a glow-up or a pop-up, right? Of course you do, right? You understand you still got to move people around the bases, right? And then, my connection call and orientation might be the fourth base. But that the brand new person's life is so important. Okay, the brand new person's life is so important. So what do you got to do? You got to do a good job of getting your new people plugged in, all right? And don't think just because someone got started that they're just going to run away with the cash, right? And, they're gonna need to get plugged in. hear the story a couple more times, hear it from different people, different personalities, different backgrounds, different walks of life. But the more they hear it, the more ingrained it's going to be in their ability to be able to communicate and tell the story. So what do we got going on? Saturday, we got some big ones. We got our team leader call in the China. This is going to be going on tomorrow. If you're building in the Mandarin speaking community, we're going to be doing that call. You can jump on if you're English too, right? I don't speak Mandarin, and Chris doesn't speak Mandarin, so we do it in English and they translate at the same time. So you get to maybe learn a little Mandarin at the same time. I haven't learned any yet, but I get on all the calls. Then Jackie Wu, man, Jackie Wu. This one right here, he is a powerhouse, man. I was just in Hawaii for a wedding, and on my birthday, we went out to the beach, and Jackie I met him in a big island. This will blow your mind. I'm telling you right now, this is like Jackie might be my brother from another mother. We were in Kona, about to get on an airplane, but we were early because we checked out of our Airbnb. We dropped off our luggage and we went to go have a little snack on the beach, a couple drinks on the beach, and we went to this hotel. And as we're walking to get back to our car, Jackie's in that same hotel. No way. I'm freaking out. Then we go to Oahu and at the Outrigger, and Jackie's staying right across, like 2 hotels over at the Sheraton, right? We hook up on my birthday. We have a little feast, and it was fun, man. And I don't speak Mandarin. Jackie doesn't speak Chinese, man. But I'm telling you what, we had a great time. I mean, we had a great time. We were just hanging out, loving each other, not really, obviously be able to communicate, but we're like, man, we're fired up. We love each other. Let's go. So I just love this business. You just meet people from all these walks of life and backgrounds. It's just so fun. The team leader call, everybody knows about that. You got to get qualified for team leader. A lot of people are pushing to hit team leader just to be able to be on this call. They don't want to miss it this Monday. Monday night, we've got Jermaine Johnson, one of the best. I mean, you guys, everybody knows, everybody's favorite presenter. My wife always tells me, man, you know what? He's my favorite presenter. And I'm like, hey, I can hear you, babe. And she's like, well, you know what? Get better. So I'm gonna get on and take some notes so I can get on Jermaine's level. But he has just got a passion, man. I love listening to him. Monday night, obviously, we got our at the same time we got on the Spanish opportunity call going on. Then at night, Chris, Kim, and myself are going to be doing the Monday night event at the House of Remon for people that know people in Southern California. This is the first time ever on July 28th that we're going to do this. Don't miss out. This is going to be big, right? If you got people in Southern California, get them out for this. It's never been done before. Tuesday, we got the orientation. Steve Yen and a bunch of leaders that everybody loves. Sharon Lee's rad. She's got a big group in Singapore. Got a chance to meet her when I was out there, and then obviously, Maricel, she's awesome. It's going to be a great call. And then Wednesday, Christy Belliston, Chris Kim, right? Chris and Christy, right? It's going to be next level. Everybody's going to have guests on that. We all know that we want to make it happen right now as we close out the month. And we've got Wednesday orientation in Spanish, Thursday, the opportunity presentation in English. Then we got the summer Shades of Summer promotion ending. Paid period deadlines ending. I mean, we got so much urgency and excitement going on right now, man. I love it. And then obviously we're going to kick off Friday. So next Friday, we're not going to be doing this call. We're going to be doing the monthly rundown. You're going to get all the information, all the highlights, all the recognition, all the fun, man. It's going to be great. And then if you're a director hire, don't sneak on there. I saw one of you guys sneaking on there and I kick you off. And then I had to ban you because I'm like, oh my God, if Danny Bay sees that, he's going to get mad at me, man. He's going to find out he's team 1% sneaking on there. Got to be qualified for the director download. We all know that. But the monthly rundown, everybody's going to be on that. It's going to be fun. So let's get into it, man. I dance around a little bit too long, longer than I normally do, but I wanted to drill home a lot of these points tonight. And I'm really ready to just share with you some insights on the 5 secrets to a 6-figure income. And I hope mentally you're ready to capture this information. I hope you jumped on this call because when you get off of it, you want to be different than you were when you got on. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that your attitude and your mindset's like, I'm looking for a few ideas. And I can promise you this. All you need is a couple good ideas and a series of good ideas, and then bam, you're off to the races. It's kind of like dialing the digits to a lock, right? You got three digits dialed in, but you don't have that fourth one. That lock won't be open. But as soon as you get that fourth number to the lock, click, that bad boy opens up and you're off to the races. And I think tonight might be that night as we get into this 5 secrets to a 6-figure income. And I'm telling you right now, if I spelt 6-figure wrong or something like that, relax, okay? I would rather I'd rather say I was rich than I am smart, right? So here's what I want to tell you. I'm not saying be dumb though. Here's what I want to tell you tonight though, is open your mind and open your heart. Because I've got some documentation tonight that I think will turn you every which way but loose, man. I'm telling you what. I ran some numbers last night, And I literally, it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I'm on the phone with Chris going, Chris, dude, look at this. Look at what I just found out. And he's like, you got to be kidding me, Tim. This is out of control, man. He said, this is over the top. I can't believe what we just found out, right? So let's jump into this. Let's get into this right now. I'm ready to run. Let's talk about this right here. This is big right here. This is what we call the 5 secrets of 6-figure income. The first one I'm going to be talking about is understanding how to build an organization, okay? How to build an organization. And I teach people right from the beginning, you want to have 10 legs running, right? You want to have 10 legs running. You've heard it a million times, you know, but you build wide for profit. You build depth for stability. We all know that, right? And we know that team leaders, to become a team leader, how many senior managers does it take, right? It takes 3, right? The company asks for 3. But the reason why our organization does so well is because we never make our minimums or maximums. This is special, right? We never make our minimums or maximums. So what we do in our organization that makes us so powerful and strong is we teach 10. Now, if everybody else is building 3 and we're over here building 10, what do you think is going to happen? Well, common sense tells you we're going to run away with the money, right? So I'm telling you this for a reason. Now, if you want to have this solid foundation, now realize you might hit team leader with 3 or 4 senior manager legs. I'm not telling you to wait to get them all to hit at the same time. All I'm letting you know is if you got 3 or 4 or 5 legs, you got to keep on building, man. You got to get 10 legs of senior managers running if you want to make the big bucks. Now, if you want to skate by and maybe hit your little minimums and just hang on and be like a low producing team leader, I'm telling you what, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be one of the big earners, I'm going to tell you, because let me tell you guys this. I have some numbers tonight. I can't wait to tell you them. I have the numbers on the top 10 team leaders. I'm going to blow your mind tonight. Get ready for that information. So here's what I want to show you. And what happens is, this is most important, that thing that I want to share with you is, look, you're not going to build an organization and you bring in 10, they bring in 10, they bring in 10, they bring in 10. It doesn't work like that. You don't bring in 5, they bring in 5, they bring in 5, they bring in 5. That's all hypothetical. You don't bring in 3, they get 3, they get 3, they get 3. That's not how you do it. What happens is, if you get an organization, let's say of 10 people, okay, and what's going to happen is a handful of them, maybe 2, right? If, 1 or maybe 3, and one, 2, or 3 of them are going to duplicate that, right? And what happens is, over a period of time, if you teach you to get your 10, 2 of them are going to do the same thing, right? So the first thing you want to do is what, right? You want to get 10 on your level 1, right? That's your number 1 responsibility. Okay, and you want to do is, it's easier. This is a big one right here. I'm gonna give you a nugget, and I'm gonna pause just so you guys are ready for it. Yeah, this is a good one. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm just kidding. That would have been funny. It's easier to build fast than it is to build slow. It's easier to build fast than it is to build slow. Let me give you an example. We talk about planting grass. I'm sure we probably do a lot of that, right? But if you're going to go plant grass and you want to have a lawn that's really nice, and you just plant 1 seed at a time every couple days or whatever, it's going to take you a while. But you just go out there and just start, sowing the seed. You're gonna have the plant. You're gonna have the grass grow, right? If you want to wash your car, if you just wash your bumper today and then you do your back bumper a week from now, you see what's going to happen, right? Same thing with our business, right? It's easier for me to reach out to 50 people in a day than it is to reach out to 1 person in a day. You know what I mean? It's like, when I first got in, though, you guys have heard the 10 pennies, right? Larry Thompson talks about the 10 pennies. My mentor was mentored by Larry Thompson, and he taught him the 10 pennies. And my mentor taught me the 10 pennies when I got involved in this industry 30 years ago. And he said, put 10 pennies in your left pocket, go talk to 10 people. And every time you talk to somebody about your business, you put 1 pocket, 1 from the left into the right. And then once you have no more in your left, you're done for the day. And he taught me the 10 pennies a day. And it sounds silly today, right? Because I don't even know how to find a penny, right? It's like, what? But here's what I can tell you is this. It worked, right? It worked. And I look back at it, it was probably about week 3, maybe week 2.5 or 3. And I'd been doing it every day because I didn't realize that I had options, right? A lot of you're like, oh, I'll do it. And then you'll take a day off and you'll do it. I didn't really know. My mentor said, you have to do this. And I was like, I'm doing it, right? I was so literal about everything. You got to realize I was 17. And you guys know me now. I'm 47 or 8 right now, okay? And you guys all know how I am. I'm dumb as a rock. Imagine me 20 years ago. Or what is that? 30 years ago. Damn, 30 years ago. I was out of control. So what I'm telling you is simply what? Okay? I just took it literally. And I said I got to do 10 a day no matter what. And I remember it was like maybe 2.5, 3 weeks in, and I had like 3 pennies left, and I freaked out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to become successful. And it was like 10 o'clock at night. I jumped in my car, went across down the street to a Chevron station, talked to the guy that was working at the Chevron station, waited for a couple cars to show up, tried to recoup them. They said no, but I moved my pennies and I was done. I said, I'm never getting that close again, man. I almost missed out on a fortune. Okay? And that's literally how I thought. So I'm like, man, I need to do 10 by noon. And I would just get them all done first thing in the morning, man. I was like, boom, 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 boom. And then what happened is I would start getting to a couple hundred people a day I'd talk to. And I'm not telling you guys to do that. That's out of control. I was literally, I would just go to UCLA campus and I would talk to everybody there. I was like 19 years old, you know? And it was just so fun. But I'm telling you, you want to get 10 people on your level one, right? And then if 2 of those people, only 2 of them duplicate, now you're going to have 20 on your level 2. This is more along the lines of how it builds. Okay. It doesn't go 10 to get 10 to get 10 to get 10. It doesn't work like that. You get 10 and now you got 20 people on that level 2. And if 4 of those people duplicate, right now you got 40 people on your level 3. You guys see what's happening? And then that'll duplicate. Then you'll have 8 times 10. You'll have 80 people on your 4th level. This is how your organization grows, right? And then you have obviously, 160, right? Then you have 32. They get 10. Now you got 320, right? So how it works is this is how you grow it, right? Is your organization will grow more along these lines, and the wider you go at the top, the bigger it is at level 6, right? If you want to get a bigger level 6, all you got to do is get more level 1s. You guys see that? It's not like, oh man, I'm going to sponsor everybody till I'm on level 5. Oh my Lord, that is not how it works, buddy. You want to go wide. Okay, let me show you guys how it works. Okay, and after everybody did this right here, and let's say they get their 800 BP, right? They just get their minimum, which is it gets their 1,000 SP, right? Whatever the numbers, you're going to be making about 15,000 a month from your unilevel pay just from that. So, what if it took you a year to do that? What if it took you 3 years to do that? What if it took you 4 years to do that? Is it worth it? Because that unilevel money just keeps on growing. Okay, that's your long-term back-end money. And then once you get to team leader, you're like, wait a second, why is my income going through the roof when I start creating team leaders? Because you're getting matching bonus on their unilevel, right? We're talking about 22% paid out on that unilevel plus 85% paid out on the check on the matching bonus. You're talking about what? That's 40.7%, baby. I'm not going to get into the numbers, man. I know some of you get lost, but I'm telling you right now, you do a breakdown on this payout, you're going to have trouble sleeping for a few months, okay? This is it, right? This is our chance. So let me share with you something, okay? I'm talking about making 6 figures right there that year, right? 15,000 a month will get you there, right? More like 83 or 84, like 86, whatever. Something like that will get you there. But I'm talking about now. I know some of you are like, what about that 6 figures a month? And that's why I jumped on. I want to make 6 figures, but not a year. I want to do it in a month. Well, let me give you this pointer right here. I ran some numbers last night. We've got 43 directors in our organization. 43 directors. Okay. How many wide? Let me think about how many wide do you think the average are? Now I'm going to show you the average, and I'm going to show you our top 10. It'll blow your mind away. Okay. The average is 34. So out of our directors, the average frontliner, they got 34 people on level 1. Okay. Meaning if you take all the directors, right? 43 directors, and you divide it by, they all have a total of 1,486 people sponsored by them. Meaning I went through every director, looked at all their frontliners, and it came out to be 1,486 people that they sponsored on their level 1. So I took 1,486 people, divided it by, the 43 number, and that's where I came up with 34. Okay. Now let me kick this thing up a notch. Okay. What do you about our top 10? This is what'll blow you away. The top 10 out of those 43, they average 72 frontliners. Whoa, what? Do you guys see the difference? Now, let me explain something to you. Somebody goes, "Oh my God, Tim, I can never sign up to a 72." I'm not talking about making. I'm talking about learning how to make a fortune. You guys see that? I'm not trying to scare you. You understand? I'm not trying to get you to be one of the top 10 directors in our organization, because I guarantee you, every one of those top 10 directors in our organization will all be national directors. They'll all be making a 6-figure a month income. Okay. What I want to help you understand is what is the difference? They are wide. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the bottom 10 are, right? Because that would be rude. But I'm just telling you, it's not pretty. Okay. And those are the ones that are the lowest 10 on the team. Okay. I'm not here to make fun. If you hit director, you did a great job. I'm not downplaying that position. No matter what you did is amazing. Okay. But I'm telling you, there's no difference between signing up 34 people than signing up 72 people. And I know that does not sound normal to you. You think I'm crazy by saying that. You're like, Tim, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say. You know what? Now I know it's for sure you never graduated high school, as dumb as you are. It's not the same thing to do 34 and 72, and I'm telling you it is. Let me give you an example. Some of you guys have maybe one car in your household. Some of you have 2 cars in your household. Washing one car or washing 2 cars is not any different. It's not any different. Now, I know you're saying it is different, Tim. Well, washing one car sucks, but it's not. It's about doing doing 2, right? Some of you used to have a smaller house. Now you have a bigger house. You're like, man, how am I going to clean all this stuff up, right? It doesn't take. It's cleaning your house is not going to be fun, so you might as well do it fast, right? You might as well have. If you're going to clean your house, it's not going to be fun. You might as well clean a big house, right? Right? So what I'm telling you is, it is not a difference in my mind. Now, it might be a difference in your mind, but the difference between signing up 10 and 30 is the same thing. Signing up 30 and 70 is the same thing. It's just more of it. It's more of it. It's more of it. That's all it is. It's more of what you're already doing. Somebody goes, Tim, I've only got 2, and I'm thinking 10, and now you're saying 70. Forget it. I'm out of here, buddy. Relax. Anything we're doing is worth doing poorly until you learn how to do it well. Let me say it again, because that's a Zig Ziglarism. Anything we're doing is worth doing poorly until you learn how to do it well. My first 6 months in our industry of direct selling, I made $12.46 or 47 cents. Okay. My next 6 months, I made 147,000. What changed? Gravity. What changed? It stopped raining. It was the season. No, what changed was I made an interior decision that nothing could stop me. I made a decision that I'm not going to tiptoe through the tulips, that I'm going to give it everything that I got. Danny Bay, for the first few years of network marketing, was not. I don't want to say was not good. He was terrible. He was just like I was my first 6 months. And then all of a sudden, when him and I started working together, off to the races. I mean, he literally was so coachable and teachable. I said, hey, Danny Bay, I said, listen to this audio CD until you're making 20 grand a month. And it was The Challenge to Succeed by Jim Rohn. Some of you know that. Everybody knows that. And he started listening to that over and over and over again. And I remember he was making about 50 grand a month, and we were hanging out in his car. And I said, you're still listening to Challenge to Succeed? He said, heck yeah, man. Why would I change it? He goes, you told me not to, until I'm making 20,000 a month. He goes, man, as soon as I started making 20,000 a month, you think I was going to change it? Heck no. He goes, I'm going to keep listening until I'm making 100 grand a month. So I'm telling you these things because everybody starts somewhere. Everybody starts somewhere. Everybody that you look up to at one time in this business was not any good at it, but they got better. And how do you get better? How many of you on this call didn't know how to walk at one point? Follow me, right? You, at one point, you were crawling around. Some of you on this call, all of us on this call at one point were a baby. How do we, We just didn't just stay there. We said, let's go, right? So all I want you to understand, I'm talking about the first secret to becoming a 6-figure income earner, and that's to build wide with. Because if you're always sponsoring new people, what do you think your team's doing? Your team is doing what you're doing. People will do what you do, not what you say. And if you're always building wide and you're always introducing people to the opportunity and you're excited about sharing the information, your team will do what? They'll be excited about sharing the information. But if you're like, hey, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, it's like, hey, this is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I did. That's how you become successful. Okay. And instead of me telling you what I did, right? Which, we became national director in 6 months. I don't want you to think that big. I do want you to think that big, but I don't want you to get scared. I want you to understand 42 directors or 43 directors. And what are they doing? Look at what they're doing. Because that you can do, right? Because a lot of them have never done this before in their life. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about a six-figure income. I'm going to teach you 3 lessons that my mentor taught me about convention. So we talked about going wide. Okay, I think everybody by now can see clearly you want to go wide. Now I'm going to talk about doing this. Okay, I'm going to talk about conventions. Okay, I'm going to talk about conventions. You want to have, my mentor taught me this from the beginning. He said, Tim, you want to have at least 10 legs of leaders at the convention. He said, that's going to be key. He goes, because if you can get 10 legs of leaders at the convention, the leaders are born. And it's not even 10 legs of leaders, 10 legs of people that will turn into leaders. Get 10 people and and I know some of you are like, Tim, I can only get 5. Then you can only get 5. This is not the last convention, right? You understand? The next convention, push a little bit harder and maybe you get 10 then. You understand? You got to understand when I tell you these things that my mentor taught me, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do them right now. This is where you want these seeds to be in your head. Some of you are going to go, why not do this? Do it now. Let's go. But I'm just letting you know, we want to grow and develop, right? We want to learn how to get good at this. You want to decide that you're going to start developing your skill sets. So get 10 legs of people to the convention. That is everybody's primary focus, because you want to have 10 legs running when you hit team leader. Okay. You want to have 10 legs running when you hit team leader so you can become, I didn't give you the numbers on the top 10 team leaders. You guys ready for this one? This one's actually will blow your mind away. What I tell you guys, the top 10 directors with 172, get ready for this. The top 10 team leaders. Now, let me tell you why this number is going to be different. Because we've been hammering this with our new organizations, okay? Because it's easier when you start a new organization to teach them the right way to do it than to go back and try to retrain an organization. So all of our new teams that we're building right now, Chris and I, we're like, we have to start teaching 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then start showing them how we built and how wide we are. And that's how we've been able to run through the funhouse so many times, and Remont, how we get to run through the funhouse so much fun is because we're super wide and we're always sponsoring a new person, right? We just got a new lady started, Ayumi just got started, literally right before I left on Monday. She was at the Monday night event, right? And I'm telling you this because you got to have the understanding and awareness to understand that, look, you want to consistently keep it on. You want to be excited and fired up about your unfolding future. And whatever time you can commit, get excited about that time, okay? And if you get 10 legs to the convention, your organization is going to be growing. So we've been teaching our team leaders every time we get a new person started on every one of our connection calls. We're teaching 10, teaching 10, teaching 10, teaching 10, teaching 10. Every time we go over compliment training, teaching 10, teaching 10, teaching 10. And listen to this, the top 10 team leaders, you would think it's lower than 172. It's 175. What does that tell you? It tells you the future's looking bright. You understand? And I can tell you right now, a lot of these top 10 team leaders are maybe 4 or 5 months in, 3 months, some of them 3 months in. But we've been teaching them, you got to go wide, got to go wide, got to go wide. This is what we did. So they're like, this is what I'm going to do. And it's like, how do I build a big check? Just keep going wide. That's all we do. We just keep on sponsoring new people all the time. And I'm telling you right now, you're watching, this is going to be unbelievable what's going to happen over the next 3 or 5 years, okay? And mainly if you got brand new hearing this information, you lucked out tonight. Now, here's the second thing. This is something that was taught to me, okay? This is not an exact science, but I can tell you it's pretty darn close, okay? My mentor told me from the very beginning, if you want to make a 6-figure income, you got to get 100 people at the convention. Now, if you have 100 people in one leg, that doesn't obviously count. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just one leg. That's great. You got a big, thick leg, but you want to have 10 legs, right? So you want to, obviously, if you have 10 legs to get 10, that's 100. But however you slice it, You get 100
doanh
people
nghiệp.
to the convention, you're going to be looking at
Sau đó
about a
chúng ta sẽ muốn là
six-figure
xếp
income yearly,
chúng ta
not monthly. Just relax, okay?
áp dụng là đọc
100.
một file trong
Okay, this
folder.
is something.
Bây giờ nếu như đã
I'm
đọc được
telling you right now when I show you this has always been true for me in this industry, and I can promise you, in 30 years this has not been wrong. Okay, now watch this one. If you want to make a 7-figure income, get 1,000 people at convention. I'm letting you
sau
know
khi
it's
chọn
almost
được
a
file
science.
ID rồi
Last
thì chúng
convention
ta sẽ bấm
organization,
xếp
right? Boom, we had
để
over
chúng ta hoàn
1,000
thiện
people there. You guys see, it's almost
module
true to
thứ
life.
hai này.
Now, since there's so much momentum and excitement, and everybody loves these products so much, it might happen with less. You guys, you understand?
Thế mà
It
có ai
might
không
happen
làm
with
kịp không
less,
ạ?
but you just want to keep on keeping on, right? You were like, hey, Tim, I got to 6-figure income. I only had 50 people there, man. What's going on, man? You're asking me to do too much.
Chúng ta có thể chọn là một.
Just trust me. You want to build it like the way I'm telling you. That's what I do. Okay, as my mentor told me this, and I don't ever deviate from it. Okay, this is how I
Sau
build
đó
my
chúng ta
business.
sẽ bấm vào xếp.
That's the reason why it's so important
lưu
to get
quy
people to
trình này lại.
conventions. Now you're not going to have 100 people at your first convention, right? I mean, maybe unless maybe you're wild, but I'm just telling you, I didn't have 100 people at our first convention. Okay, which is a handful.
Sau khi bấm
And then
xếp
the next
thì
one
nó sẽ
I
hiển
did
thị
about
cho chúng ta một
200.
block
And the
như
next
thế
one
đây
we
ạ.
had, I think it was like.
Cái này sau đó chúng ta sẽ lựa chọn là ôn.
600, and then the next one
Chúng ta
is
sẽ
over
lựa chọn
1,000.
ôn.
And it's like
Cùng một lúc.
this event. It's like, man, I told
Ví dụ
Chris,
chúng ta
I said,
up
man,
10
we
video
can
cùng
get
một lúc.
5,000 people to this event, man. Our organization is going to be on wild. It's going to be going like pandemonium.
Tùy
Because we're going to have so many people that have over 100 people, and
thì đây
they're going to
thường
be making so much
chúng
money.
ta thường
All these new people are going to be making so much money. So
cần nhất
just
thiết phải
think
up
bigger.
liên tục.
Okay, just think bigger. And I can
Nhiều
tell you right
video
now,
trong cùng một
you're
lúc
not
để
going to
làm
get
gì
10
cả.
likes to go to the.
Chúng ta có thể
You're not
chọn là
going to
một.
get 10 likes at the convention if you're still thinking about whether you're going to go to the convention or not. You know what I mean?
Sau đó
Like you
chúng ta
got to
sẽ
be in
bấm
it
vào
to win
xếp
it. Okay.
để
So
chúng ta
that's a little
lưu
secret
cái
there
quy
that I want
trình
to
này
tell
lại.
you. Now I want to just talk to you guys all tonight for a little bit, okay? And because I'm going to break down these last ones a little bit faster, okay? I'm going to break these last ones down a little bit faster, okay? So
Sau khi
here's
bấm
what I want
xếp
to show you.
thì nó sẽ hiển thị cho chúng ta một block như thế đây ạ.
Is this?
Cái này sau đó chúng ta sẽ lựa chọn là on.
Man, what happened over here, Tim? Okay.
Chúng ta sẽ lựa chọn
I think
on.
we're off, okay?
Và chúng ta bấm vào xếp một lần nữa.
Look. Number 1, go wide. Number 2, promote events. Now, let me tell you number 3. Number 3 is you want to build a systemized business, okay? You don't have to invent a system. Like when I came to Remon, the last thing in the world I was going to do is kind of try to reinvent the wheel. You understand? Because to me, that's the dumbest thing in the world to do. If Danny's promoting this and I'm promoting this,
để
that's stupid.
thêm được một nút.
Like that doesn't make any
Bây giờ
sense.
chúng ta sẽ
That's
cần
like
tạo thêm một
Bob
module
stupid,
nữa để chúng
right?
ta
And then go into, you know, what are you doing?
quy trình của
I'm
chúng ta
like, Danny,
hoàn
what do
thiện
you
hơn.
guys do here? He
Thì
goes,
chúng ta
we
có
do
thể
pop-ups.
bấm vào dấu
What's a
cộng ở đây
pop-up?
ạ.
Because we get people in the living room, show them the products. I said, well, that makes
Chúng ta bấm vào
sense,
dấu
right?
cộng ngay bên cạnh cái module đầu tiên đấy ạ. Bấm vào dấu
And he
cộng
goes,
để chúng ta có thể thêm một module mới.
I said, makes sense. Let's do that. That's what I'm going to do. And he said, we do orientation.
Đấy, sau khi bấm dấu cộng thì nó sẽ hiển thị cho chúng ta một giao diện như thế này.
And he goes, that's it.
Ở đây ô của chúng ta một ô trống.
I go,
Đang
that's
chờ
it.
module
He
tiếp
goes,
theo.
yeah, that's it. I'm like, oh, let's go, baby. I love that. I like simplicity. I like simplicity. So it's super simple. You get somebody, you get them an overview, get them in the business, right? Have them host a pop-up, get people in the living room, right? And then boom, orientation. My orientation might be after the overview, right? Before the pop-up, it doesn't matter. It's not so much about sequence. It's about keeping it simple. You don't want to complicate it. Like so many times I'll meet people are like, I got so many good ideas. I'm like, well, dude, once your income gets bigger than mine, I'll listen to them. Until then, let's just do what's already working, dude. When I got involved, my mentor told me, he says, Tim, we're going to use the stack method. I said, what's the stack method? He says, you do what I tell you to do. And then once your stack of money's bigger, then I'll listen to you. I said, that seems like a pretty good plan. Duplicate what's already working. I don't want to try to reinvent the wheel. So number 1 is you got to go wide. You got to go wide, right? I'm just letting you know, you keep on going wide, right? And now if you're really wide and you're not getting any duplication, then you got to take a look at basically how you're launching people, right? You know what I mean? If you're signing people up and ignoring them, that's obviously not the deal. You get them enrolled and they launch their business, right? Get them off to the races. Get somebody started, get them off to the races, right? Get them engaged, okay? You want to get them rocking and rolling, but keep it simple. Don't deviate. Don't be off-roading. Like if the freeway's already there. Like today I was on the freeway. I had to go up to LA and I'm on the freeway. Imagine if I'm like, nah, man, this freeway, I'm all good. I'm just going to do my own. And I just start trying to make my own freeway, right? And I'm like driving through somebody's living room and stuff. It's like, that's not going to work, dude. Just follow the system. It's like what was the last pop-up that you did? Do more pop-ups. What happens when you do more pop-ups? Anybody knows? You have fun. You have fun. Right? I've been telling, we had a lot of people that came in that were social, that we have a ton of people that build social media. I go, trust me when I tell you, you are not duplicatable. Average person's got 500 followers. Okay. And if they're signing up, being like, hey, I want to get started with you and I want to learn how to do what you're doing, it's going to take them quite a long time to be able to build a following like you got of 100,000 people. Okay. So you got to have a system for everybody to be able to win. That's the reason why the pop-ups work. Okay. I don't need to get into a debate session because all of you guys all know, but the reason why the pop-up works is because everybody's got a living room. Everybody's got a face. Like, this is not like we got to find people with faces. Okay. Everybody's got a face. Boom. Get a living room, slap some product on the face. Let's go. Super simple, right? So all we have to do is use talk demo, right? Use the product, talk about the product, demonstrate the product. And there's no better place to do that in a pop-up. Now, what I can tell you right now is accelerate your pop-ups. Don't be putting a pop-up. I'm going to do a pop-up next month. What? Next month? What about tomorrow? I like 3 people in my pop-ups. I know somebody's like, not me, man. I want 500. All right, well, you go build your 500 one, and I'm going to do speed and exposure, and I guarantee you I'm going to make more money than you. I'm just like, let's go right now. Because when you have the ability to be able to do things fast tomorrow, I always tell people this, okay? A bad pop-up tomorrow is better. A bad pop-up today is better than a perfect pop-up tomorrow. You guys see that? Because if I call you and I say, man, I just got involved in something I'm so fired up about it, we got to get together in the next 24, 48 hours. What's your availability look like? And I have urgency. What's going to happen? When you get started, you're going to duplicate the same thing. It's all about urgency. Urgency. Like, imagine if you found a gold mine that was just shooting out gold. Some of you read one of the best books ever written in network marketing. Where's my books at? I got books all over the place. But one of the best books of all time in network marketing is Larry Thompson's book, right? Everybody knows Millionaire Training. What's Larry talk about in Millionaire Training? Talks about the gold mine attitude, right? We all heard it. You guys all know it. Gold mine attitude. If you found a gold mine, would you call somebody and be like, hey, by the way, I found this gold mine. You got to come check it out, dude. No, you would be like panicking. I got to come see this gold mine. And that urgency is what's going to get people excited about the business, because excitement and urgency is caught, not taught, right? So keep it super simple, right? That's system. Save yourself time, energy, and money. Go wide, promote events, system. Here's number 4. Become a manager factory. Become a manager factory. Get ready for this one. This will knock your feet. It's not gonna knock your feet off. It's gonna knock your socks off. We're not knocking feet off, man. People are gonna be walking around with no feet on. Be like, I was on Tim's training and it knocked my feet off. We're not knocking feet off. Don't worry. We're just going to knock a couple socks off, okay? And we're going to knock them off and we're going to put them in a washing machine because we're going to get them all clean. I don't know why I want dirty socks running around. So how do we do it? What are we going to talk about? Manage your factory. Look, what's the hardest thing that anybody ever does in Remon? You ready for this one? Hit manager. Hit manager. And you're like, what, dude? I ain't manager. I'm telling you, the hardest thing anybody will ever do in Remon is hit manager. That's it. Because once you do that, all you got to do is duplicate it. You just got to duplicate it. What's the difference? Now, somebody goes, well, wait a second, Tim. You need 3 senior managers. You need 3 senior managers, dude, to be a team leader. And now you're talking about 10 senior managers. And now you're talking about manager? What is going on? Let me help you understand something, you guys. The law of large numbers don't lie. Okay? Law of large numbers doesn't lie. I can look in my organization and I can look at it and go, okay, over 50% of the people that hit manager hit senior manager. Okay? Well over 50%. It's almost like 60, 70%. Okay? And the ones that haven't hit it yet, but they're probably going to hit it this month. You understand? So the hardest thing you'll ever do in our business is take that first step. Hardest thing people ever do is take that first step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. That first step is always the hardest. So once, and I'm not talking about somebody gets started like, hey, man, I'm gonna buy two 1,500 point packs, and bam, I'm a manager. This was awesome. I did it, Tim. I'm actually talking about getting engaged and building the business. Okay. Now, if you get started as a manager, that's great. But I'm talking about actually then hitting it again, right, the right way, and by building it. Now, when I got started as a senior manager. Why? Because I don't like to leave money on the table. Like, I'm not that kind of guy. Okay. I like to take all the money that I can, which is a good habit to have. But understand what I'm telling you right now. The manager hitting manager, getting 3,000 in volume between you and your frontline recruits, that is going to be the hardest thing people do. Because once they do that, they know they can become a senior manager. Now you just do what you just did, just twice more of it. And then once you've done that, you just start duplicating it, and then you're off to the races. It's the first step that's the hardest. If you can master creating managers, you will master making money. Look, put it to you like this. Think about a thermometer, okay? And think about a thermostat. What's a thermometer do? Thermometer records the temperature. What's a thermostat do? Thermostat changes the temperature. This is it. I'm giving you guys the golden nuggets right now. How do you know the temperature organization? You look at how many new planners got started on your team this month, okay? If that number's lower, and you want to get that number bigger, you want to change the temperature, you go to the thermostat. You go to the thermostat, and what do? Bing, 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 bing. You change the thermostat temperature. What that is creating more managers. Get somebody in, get them to manager. Get somebody in, get them to manager. Get somebody in, get them to manager. And whoever can master that, you literally are going to create a fortune. Because if they go manager, what are they going to do next? They're going to hit senior manager. They hit senior manager, what are they going to do? They're going to hit team leader. If you look at the numbers, the hardest number is going from planner to manager in the entire organization. The planner to manager ratio is always going to be the lowest because people will get started and they'll say, I'm in, I'm a planner, and I'm going to join. And then they'll disappear. And if you can learn how to connect with them on a connection call and get them to get engaged and get them to manager, you literally are taking your gas pedal and going, your organization will take off like a rocket ship. So I'm sharing with you guys the secret number 4 is what? Manage your factory. Okay? Manage your factory. And the 5th one, okay, I'm going to give you a little nugget here. Okay, I went a little bit longer on the first one. So I'm going to give you this nugget. We're going to wrap this thing up, okay? We're going to wrap it up. And since we're going to the Philippines, and I see Nia here, okay, we're going to wrap it up like a lumpia. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. The 5th one, get ready for this one, is learning how to close the month strong. Now, I'm going to give you some cheat codes on this. You don't create the urgency for the end of the month. You create the urgency for before the end of the month. Look, if I say, man, I got to get to the senior manager no matter what by the end of the month. Think about that. I got to get you to manager by the end of the month. Visualize that. Or I tell you, hey, we got to get you to manager 2 days before the end of the month or 3 days before the end of the month. Because if you get it done 3 days before the end of the month, all the volume that comes in at the end of the month, you're going to get manager pay on it. You're going to get senior manager pay on it. Get what I'm doing? So many people just try to close for the end of the month. Oh, we got to close for the end of the month, man. We got to get all the volume in. We got to get all the upgrades in. We got to get everybody to manager, senior manager, all this stuff. And that's good. That's better than not doing that. But if you want to make the big bucks, and I'm talking about big bucks, you want to create the urgency before. Get people running to hit senior manager now. So all the volume, we know 40% of the volume comes in the last 48 to 72 hours of the month. Okay, that's when all the volume comes in, right? Not all of it, but 40% of the volume comes in the last 48 to 72 hours of the month. All that volume comes in because everybody's wrapping up their what? 1,000 SPs for them to be able to do what? Right? Qualify for their unilevel pay. So everybody's pushing in their last orders. People that hit 1,000, like on the 15th, they're pushing for probably 4,000 by now. They're trying to unlock their 10%, right? Or they're trying to get to 2,000 and trying to unlock their 5% extra. So everybody's running for something, right? Everybody's running for either 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. And then obviously if you're super sellers and your last name's Weimer, you know, you're trying to get to 200,000. Oh my goodness. But I'm just telling you, no, us mere mortals, right? We're going for either 1,000, 2, or 4. Okay. That's what we're pushing for. So at the end of the month, all that volume comes in. But if you're already a senior manager, when all that volume comes in, guess what's going to happen? Boom. You're going to get paid on it. What else is happening? We got the summer, the makeup, right? The splash, right? What is it? The shades of summer, right? The shades of summer promotion is going to be ending. All that volume is going to be coming in right here, right now, and it's going to be going all the way to the end of the month. And the more that we promote now, the bigger the end of the month is going to be. But you want to be a manager or senior manager to take advantage of that. So you've got to learn how to create urgency now, not wait till the end of the month. This is gold right here, I'm telling you, right? I'm telling you guys next level stuff. This is stuff that I talk to directors and senior directors about. I'm giving you guys this stuff at a very early stage. Some of you guys are brand new. You're like, man, this is it. Like I'm learning how to drive a car and you're like throwing a freaking B12 on it. This is it. Promote now hard to get to manager. If somebody hits manager now, they're going to get paid from the 25th all the way to the end of the month as a manager. And they're probably going to hit senior. Now, if they hit senior today, they're going to get paid as a senior all the way through. So you want to understand this. And I'm going to give you something my mentor taught me that I've never forgot. Success in network marketing is a series of impending events. I want to say that one again, trust me, because this is one of the ideas and concepts that changed my life. Success in network marketing is a series of impending events. What does that mean? An impending event is something that's going to get us to take action today to get it done now, as opposed to wait till tomorrow. Some things you got to do right now today, right? So that impending event is what's going to drive people into action. Whenever the end of the month closes, that's a major impending event, right? A major impending event. People that are running for team leader, it's a major impending event. Why? Because they got to get team leader done before the end of the month. Because rank advancements are once a month. People that are running for director got to get it done right now, right? People that are already hit team leader maybe 2 weeks ago, they're pushing hard to be able to get as much momentum in this month as they can so they can start their first month of team leader with massive volume. So everybody's always running. Okay? If somebody got started 3 months ago, what's their impending event? If I got started on, what was 3 months ago, right? January, February, what was that, like March? If I got started March, April, May, June? No. April, I don't know, whatever 7 minus 3 is, right? That's whatever 3 months ago was. So what does that mean? If I got started 3 months ago, what's my urgency? My urgency is I've got to get to manager, senior manager by the end of those 3 months. Do you guys see that? Or that volume from the first month is going to fall off, and then it's going to, then you're going to have to start all over. So everybody's always running for something. But if you're not trying to use the impending events to drive your volume, you're missing the boat. It's like you're looking for a lever to be able to move. You can move the world if if you have leverage. They give us so much leverage with 3 months rolling. Most companies are month to month. We have 3 month rolling. So we have leverage like never before, right? Because on that third month, they should have already hit it by now. But if they haven't, you got to go back and be like, man, we got to get you there. We got to get you there. We got to get you there. So we've got impending events all over the place. We just got to look at our impending events. What impending events do we have going on right now? If you're a senior manager, or planner, and you help 3 people unlock tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3, you've got a bonus for that unilevel. You're pushing for that. Everybody's pushing for that. Everybody's pushing for what? Right? The big thing that's driving everybody is they know they've got to go team leader by what? By convention. You guys understand what I'm telling you, right? You got to go team leader by convention. Why? Because you don't want to miss the leadership day. So everybody's running to hit team leader by convention by August 31st. So if you create a big impending event now and you close strong over the next week, you're going to have so much momentum that's going to help you through the next month. So how do you hit team leader? You don't hit team leader next month. You don't do it in the last 7 days. You do it in this 7 days right here. You push hard trying to get everybody to manager, senior manager right now so they don't miss out on all that money. You don't want to miss out on that money. You got to get there now. Don't wait till the last day to do it. Then what happens? Right? Then you've got all that urgency and excitement, all that volume came in, and you're creating momentum. Once you get the horse running, let me tell you something. Okay, I've never rode a horse, okay? But we got some horse riders in our organization, okay? There's a lady named Laura Lee Wick, who's a hell of a horse rider, right? She runs some horses around barrels at rodeos and stuff. It's crazy. And Laura Lee's a good buddy of mine. And Laura Lee told me, she said, Tim, the time to smack the horse the hardest is when it's running the fastest, right? So it's the same thing with your organization. Once you get the ball rolling, you keep it rolling. But once it's kind of like running uphill. It's tough. But when you're running downhill, you can't slow down. What happens if you try to stop when you're running downhill? They'll fall, right? So you got to keep run all the way into convention, and then get everybody to convention. Your organization is going to be growing like wildfire. But you got to make up your mind right now to be able to say, this is my time, right? You got to be able to say to yourself right now, look, I'm going to make it happen. You got to be thinking to yourself right now, I'm going to get the job done. Over, under, through, guess what? I'm going to do it. Think about this, right? What does you on fire look like? What does you on fire look like? What's the best version of you look like? Think about it. What does you laser focus look like? What does you with the positive mental attitude all the time? Positive, PMA, right? Positive mental attitude, man. I'm jacked out of my mind. I'm excited. And it's infectious enthusiasm. What does that look like? What's that version of you look like? Think about it. If you're in the 100-acre woods, right? What does Tigger look like, right? What's that Tigger version of you look like? Woo! What's that Tigger version of you look like? What would happen if you just got fired up like never before and said, I'm going all out massive action, Tim. I'm going to give it everything that I got. I'm not going to let this window of opportunity slip through my fingertips. This is my time and this is my chance. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to be better off than if you tiptoe through the tulips. So I'm challenging you right now to step up. I'm challenging you to make a declaration in your mind and make a declaration in your heart that this is it. This is my time. I'm going to step up. I'm going to get the job done. Over, under, or through. I'm going to make it happen. This is my time. This is my moment. I'm going to get the job done. I'm fired up right now like never before. I appreciate everybody's time, you guys. We got a lot of exciting events going on all week long. Let's promote right now like never before. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys got some value. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And I can't wait to hang out with you guys in Las Vegas, man, because we're going to have too much fun. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Love you.
Recording stopped.